Yes, I heard some people saying that Donald Trump didn't destroy a global order. He just removed it in his hands and he will build a new one. And this surveillance that you're mentioning, it's in the middle of this because you need to control it. Why you think that artificial intelligence, as I understood, it was the main topic there, is so dangerous for humanity?
Okay, a simple question to start with. Do you trust Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, even Elon Musk and others to actually have humanity's best interest at stake? The answer is no. And do you trust big tech to rule our lives in any way that's going to be benevolent or beneficial to us? The answer is no. Artificial intelligence is absolutely terrifying. And it's not just because it's artificial intelligence, and I'm not saying you should be opposed to new technology. It's because of government collusion with it. It's because now in the United States, we're giving $100 million contracts to AI companies. We're waiving states' rights, or attempting to, in the United States, so they can build giant data centers that frankly look like Soviet Union, Soviet-style architecture from the 1950s, ugly windowless buildings dotting our landscape, zapping local power, zapping all of our energy, raising our electricity costs, all so that it can eventually take our jobs. And the capacity, some people have raised the idea, we all know about Epstein Island, Jeffrey Epstein's Island, and the potential for blackmail. Well, with a surveillance state through AI and through Palantir, you don't need Epstein Island anymore. You could have essentially a digital Epstein Island, where a government's going to monitor every phone call, every website browsing, every text message, everything you've ever done digitally, and be able to hold that against you in some way, or blackmail you, or keep you in line. And then when you add to that the movement toward central bank digital currency, where the idea is you're going to have central banks actually, the Bank of England actually said the quiet part out loud. People will only be able to spend money on what government deems sensible. What does that mean? It means guns, meat, gas-powered cars are probably things that government won't deem necessary or sensible, and they'll be able to withhold that. If you say something against, say, a lockdown because of a virus, or the canceling of medical procedures or weddings and funerals because there's the unelected public health official has declared a public health emergency, you could then have your ability to buy groceries stopped because it's considered, you're considered a domestic terrorist by the government. We saw Justin Trudeau do this very thing with the Canadian truckers, declared them domestic terrorists and cut off access to their own bank accounts. They weren't able to buy a cup of coffee because their money had been seized by the banks that their money was in. So we still live it's a very grave, dangerous world. And even here, again, I'm not going to sit here and give you a partisan Trump message, but even here in the United States, what we used to decry under Bush Cheney as going against terrorism, we had the Homeland Security Department funded. We had all of our civil liberties suspended while we were fighting the war on terror. Fast forward to today, and essentially we're seeing a similar action by saying that they're illegal immigrants and they're being suspended now. In my lifetime, I never thought a Republican president would be promoting masked federal agents poorly trained in the streets with guns, not forced to identify themselves, threatening to put people on a terror watch list. That's pretty scary stuff. So when we're talking about AI and facial recognition and a surveillance state, Republicans, Democrats, even Donald Trump can fall into this and help promote it.